home loan coaching friend. 702-670-0518 to get pre-approved for a home loan. Whether you're looking to purchase your dream home, second home, or refinance to pull cash out, the coach can do it all. And the coaching is free. Again, that number is 702-670-0518. Yeah. The home loan coaching friends.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. I hope you are having a blessed Sunday morning. Thank you for tuning in to the Home Loan Coaching Friends every Sunday morning at 7 a.m. right here on 91.5 KUNV. My name is Tim Haskins. I'm your host, the Home Loan Coach, and we got a great show for you today. I want to remind some and let the new listeners know what we do here. I am the Home Loan Coach. I am branch manager of the Las Vegas branch of Legacy Home Loans, and we do home loans. We do first-time home buyers. If you're a first-time home buyer and you want to be coached through the process and make it as easy as possible, it is an emotional process, but that's why I'm here to help you get through that. That is what I specialize in, as well as move-up buyers. You may be moving into a second home, third home, your family's growing, and you want to get into a larger home. We also do move-down buyers. If, you're empty nesters and you need to move down, we can assist you with that. And also we do investors that want to grow a real estate portfolio. We're here for you for that as well. We do your FHA loans, conventional loans, USDA loans, also VA loans. We love the VA loans. We like to take care of our vets. So we're VA specialists. If you need any assistance in any of those areas, we're here to help. And I want to introduce my guest today. We got Chris Brown here. He is been serving the Las Vegas Valley in the capacity of a realtor. Chris, say good morning to the listeners and let them know a little bit about yourself.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Chris Brown. I'm originally from Los Angeles, California, but I've been in Las Vegas since 2019. And 2019 is when I got into real estate. So I got into real estate with the idea of trying to use my networking and my background in sports to target athletes. That was my goal coming out here, is to target athletes, because I come from a background where I played sports as well as working for professional and collegiate sports. So I knew that being in real estate was a way that I can connect the dots and get back to being in sports without being in sports, but also being in a position where I can teach people how to create wealth through real estate.
That's awesome. That's great. So it's a great time for you to be in Las Vegas. We got the Las Vegas Aces sports team here, the Golden Knights, the hockey team, and, of course, the Las Vegas Raiders. Hopefully soon we'll have basketball and baseball coming. So this is a great opportunity for you to use your sports background, like you said, to help athletes generate wealth. Through real estate. So that's great. That's great. So what separates you from, other realtors out there?
I think for me, how I approach my marketing and how I approach talking to clients, because traditionally you're taught when you get into real estate, pick up the phone and hammer out cold calls all day. Mm-hmm. Go do open houses, go door knock. And I'm not saying that those avenues don't work, because statistics show that all of those avenues do work. But the saying is, there's 100 ways to skin a cat. You got to figure out which way you want to skin the cat. Right. And for me, skinning the cat by doing phone calls all day, that's not how I want to run my business. So what separates me is I use social media, because social media is a tool, and I've been using it strategically in how I present myself to an audience of now 44,000 people. On social media, like platforms like Instagram and TikTok. I use those to sell not only the house that you're potentially going to buy or sell, but I'm using it to sell the community. Because when you move to a new city and you're trying to figure out, what do you want to do in that city? Does this make sense for my family? You are going to invest in research on the community. What are the schools like? what is the dining and the restaurant scene like? What can I do if I wanted to have a date night with my wife? That's what my social media platforms show. And I'm showing people how to live a lifestyle in Las Vegas, because the community aspect is more important than the house. Because if you're not sold on the community, you're not going to buy the house. So I think that I use social media in a strategic manner to where I'm able to target who I'm talking to through a video, because as I mentioned earlier, you're taught to do phone calls all day. Mm-hmm. But once you hang up that phone, your prospecting is done. You're not prospecting anymore. But if I post a video about everything that you would have said on that phone call, that video is going to circulate on the internet 24 hours a day. So it's a way for me to continually be seen by Las Vegas locals, because those are the ones who I target. I don't target people on the strip. Everything I show is off the strip. So wow. I want to target the people that actually live here or want to live here.
That's great information. Yep. So if anyone out there wants more information on how to get connected to one of the friends of the show, Chris Brown, or if you need more information on getting qualified for a home loan, I can be contacted at 702-670-0518. That's 702-670-0518. And if you're ready to go, you say, hey, look, I don't have to have a long discussion. I'm ready to apply. You can go to HaskinsTeamHomeLoans.com. That's HaskinsTeamHomeLoans.com. So, wow, Chris, you said a whole lot there, and I want to, dive in a little deeper on that. It's you said that you use social media. So I hear a couple of things here, and what you're saying is social media with 44,000 followers. So I know that those 44,000 followers or friends you have on social media, everybody has their own network. So you're not touching just 44,000 people. You're touching a multiple of 44,000 people. So to me, that's powerful, because if you want to list your home, sell your home, not only do you have the regular, tools that a realtor will use, the multiple listing service, but you also have your social media page with a great following that you can, somebody may see it and say, hey, look, I want to purchase that home and get in contact with you. So it's an added benefit to using your services. And I also love what you're talking about with showing off strip people who live in Las Vegas. You don't know how many times people you say you live in Las Vegas and they think you live in a hotel. So for you to show the communities of Las Vegas through social media, that's powerful. That's good, because a lot of people don't know that Las Vegas has regular neighborhoods just like any other neighborhood across the country. You just also have the benefit of the adult playground, with the casinos and that. You have the entertainment capital of the world as well, but you have regular neighborhoods. There's colleges, schools, churches, community events, just like anywhere else. So they get the benefit of seeing that through your social media. So that's great. And it sounds like you go out in the community and really experience the community so that you can be a tour guide, so to speak, for your potential buyers. They may not know about a community. You can sit down and talk to them, and they can tell you what they're looking for, and then you can take them to those communities because you know about them. So it really does matter who you work with. It does. When you work with the home loan coach, you're dealing with my experience of almost 20 years of doing loans. My team, my second in line that's going to review your file, my loan processor, has 20 plus years of experience. So you got 40 plus years of experience looking at your loan up front, and that's important. The reason why that's important is because you don't want to be told you qualify for $600,000, get out there, find your dream home, and find out, oops, we made a mistake. It's only $500,000. So you don't want to put money up. It's called an earnest money or a good faith deposit. You have to put money up, and if you don't perform, the seller can keep your earnest money. So you want to have a strong team. You have that with Chris Brown. He gave you a little bit about what he does. You have that with Tim Haskins, the home loan coach here. So I want to encourage you to get in contact with the show if you need help in those various different areas that we said, first time home buyer, move up buyer, move down buyer, real estate investor. My branch here in Las Vegas is licensed to do loans in California, Nevada, Arizona, Texas, Louisiana, Georgia, Florida, Connecticut, Michigan, and Illinois. So chances are, I can take care of you, friends, family, anywhere in the country. Chris, talk to the people about, the brokerage you work for and what you can do if they had a friend or family member that wanted to buy in a different state.
So I work for Simply Vegas. We're the number one brokerage here in Las Vegas. We have 2 offices. One of them is number 1 in Las Vegas, and the other one is number 3 in Las Vegas. So we do a lot of volume out of both offices here, and our referral network is crazy. We have a private Facebook chat with agents from all over the country that we can get in contact with, as well as an agent, you should have a strong referral network, which is something that I pride myself on, because a lot of agents, they find themselves scared to talk to other agents because those people aren't going to produce business for them necessarily. So I think for agents like myself, I've reached out to past people I've done deals with, make sure that I have a working relationship, because there might be something that we connected with during that escrow process that I might be able to reach out to, because I remember he telling me that he's originally from Texas. I'm like, okay, so now I have a connection to Texas. So just being able to network with different agents around the country, specifically through Simply Vegas, because our referral network puts us right in front of other agents, and they encourage you to use the referral network. So you're not looking for a place for a client blindsided and, well, my client wants to move to Massachusetts and they have no idea who they can contact out there. Well, our referral network puts us in context and puts us face front for agents that are in those particular cities. And then that gives us the opportunity to vet them to see if they're a good fit for our client, because every agent's not going to be a good fit for your client. Everyone knows. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it right here. Chris Brown can take care of you across the nation. His network through his brokerage is strong. Number 1 in Las Vegas, number 1. So if you want to work with the best brokerage, we got a representative here, Chris Brown, for you. Chris, let the people know how they can contact you if they want to contact you to utilize your services. If anyone wants to contact me to utilize my services, you can follow me on social media. My social media platform is cb.lasvegas on any platform that you can find. TikTok and Instagram are the ones I specialize in. But once you get to there, you can click the link in my bio, book a meeting with me, and we can talk in detail about the buying or the selling process. And I also do coaching as well if anyone's an agent that is looking for someone to help coach them on how to be an agent specifically here in Las Vegas and how to maximize your connections in the city. Great. So anyone out there looking to be an agent, a real estate agent, Chris Brown has coaching. So that's good. I call myself the home loan coach. I like to coach my loan officers to be great loan officers, to assist home buyers through the home buying process. I like to coach buyers through the process. So having a coach, I really believe in that. So that's a great benefit as well. Sounds like you get a lot when you hire Mr. Chris Brown to help you out. I want to make an announcement. Chris Brown, myself, my wife, Tamisha Haskins, she's a loan officer on my team as well. We've teamed up to do a home buyer workshop. It's going to be Saturday, November 12th from 10 to 1, free to the public. Lunch will be provided. And I want to encourage you to come out to Marlon's Closet. And the address is 910 West Owens Avenue, 910 West Owens Avenue in Las Vegas, Nevada, 89106. If you want to get your questions answered in person, we'll be there to answer all your questions on how to become a homeowner. As I stated before, even if you bought years ago, the market has changed drastically. You may want to get coached in that area of how to get yourself ready. Credit wise, there's no cost to get your credit ran, to have a consultation on what you need to do to get ready to purchase. We want to help you create wealth through real estate. It's a great way to build wealth. Everyone talks about the rates. It's a hot topic right now, the rates. If you want to listen to mainstream media, the fear of buying a house. I want to take a minute to talk about that.
don't be afraid to buy a house. What I say is this: if you need a home to put, for your family, then there's no better time than the present to buy a house. If you want to buy a rental property so that you can create passive income and collect passive income, there's no better time than the present to buy a house. If you're in need to move down, say you have a 2-story home and it's just too large, you need to move down, then you need to buy a house. So people ask the question all the time, when is a good time to buy? You need to buy when it suits your needs. So, well, what about when rates were at 3%? Okay, what about it? Rates were at 3%, but you have to deal with the pros and the cons of a market when rates were at 3%. So if you went in to put an offering on a house at $400,000, 9 times out of 10, you had to pay $420, $430, $440. So did you really get a deal on the rate if you paid $30,000 over? You really didn't. You got to have a professional navigate you through the process and break it down for you so that you understand. So today, if you have to get a rate in the high 6s or even in the 7s, and you can get the seller to participate and help you with closing costs, which you couldn't when the rates were at 3%. If you don't have to pay over, if you don't have 15, 20 people going in on one house, it makes your buying experience a lot better. There's a popular saying out there. I saw it again today, and somebody added a third phrase to it where, real estate professionals are saying, date the rate, marry the house, because you're going to marry the house. You buy the house you want. The rate, you can always refinance and change the rate later. Rates are not going to stay high forever. A lot of predictions are rates are going to go down next year in 2023. So I like that saying. Like I said, I saw on social media, real estate professionals out of Florida, they said date the rate, marry the house, and divorce the rent. So I thought that was kind of cute. But yeah, Chris, you have any thoughts on today's market as far as whether to buy or not to buy? Your thoughts on the rates? Any predictions you may have?
I tell my clients when they ask me about how the market is right now, I tell them that right now the market has changed and we have to either change with it or live in the past and fall behind. Because the whole point of real estate, and I mentioned this a little bit earlier about creating generational wealth, the whole point of it is to get in the game. Mm-hmm. You can't create wealth sitting on the sidelines chasing a rate. Because if you're chasing a rate or a certain price point, it doesn't matter where it's at. Because if your financial situation isn't together, you're not going to be able to buy that house anyway. If the rate was 1%, if you're not ready, you still can't buy it.
Right.
So it's all about, like you mentioned, it's about the timing of your personal situation. The pricing of the market is never something that you want to time because you're going to end up spending money that you shouldn't have spent. Mm-hmm. So you have to always remember, is it a right time for me?
That makes a lot of sense. So I want to encourage you to come out to the Home Buyer Workshop. I've encountered several people individually and in meetings where they're scared or intimidated, embarrassed to have that first consultation. Well, my credit's not right. I had a situation, I went through a divorce, or I had a bankruptcy. Well, the coach is an open book. I filed bankruptcy twice, and I now own several properties, and credit score was down in the low 5s. Now it's in the 7s. And if I did it myself, I can teach you how to do it for yourself. And there's no shame in coming out. Like Chris just said, if you want to create that generational wealth, you got to get in the game. And the only way you're going to get in the game is to sit down and have a consultation with a professional that can help you get in the game, tell you what you need to do to fix your credit, tell you what you need to do with your income. We're nearing the end of 2022. If you are self-employed, I cannot encourage you enough to get in contact with me to help me, let me guide you through filing your taxes. So many people are self-employed, file their taxes, and they don't have the income needed because the tax professional is going after one thing to prevent you from paying taxes, and it doesn't help you when buying a house. You need to have a consultation before you file your taxes. Tune into the show. Over the next couple of weeks, we're going to have tax professionals on the show that you can trust through my network, the Home Loan Coach and Friends, where they can help you navigate that process. I mean, there's many tax professionals out there. You don't have to use the ones I provide, but if you don't know a good one that can take care of you, that you're self-employed, I have referrals for you. And these referrals can take care of you across the nation. So I encourage you to take advantage of this free homebuyer workshop. Again, that's Saturday, November 12th. It'll be myself, the Home Loan Coach. You got my wife, Tamisha Haskins, and you got Chris Brown here today in studio talking to you. He'll be there as well to answer your real estate needs and talk about this generational wealth. A lot of people use that phrase, generational wealth, and don't understand why. I want to give an example. I like to start my shows off with the praise report, and I neglected to do that today, but this morning, but I'm going to go ahead and do it now. So let me explain to you what generational wealth is and give you an example of how that works. Generational wealth is created where if you bought a house, you buy a house, maybe you pay $500,000 for it. You raise your family in it. And, 30 years goes by and you pass that house down to one of your children, and now it's worth $1.2 million. Well, you just set your child up with an asset that you may only owe $200,000 on, or even less. It may be paid off. And now it's an asset worth $1.2 million. How many of you would love to have got a start off in life with an asset worth $1.2 million? That's what I mean by generational wealth. Now, let me bring it home. Let me give you an example of a real life client. I helped this client purchase a house. I did the loan on the house in Inglewood, California, a couple years ago. And purchased the house. I believe it was somewhere around $600,000. He took that house, and then I got him a construction loan on the house. And he turned that construction loan took that construction loan and turned that property from a 1-unit to a 3-unit. And, he got that done. And then recently, last month, we closed. And property appraised at $1,840,000. $1,840,000. That's what you call creating generational wealth. So not only am I talking about it, and it's not a sales pitch, this is what I do. And I give you these examples, and we're going to have real life testimonies for these people on the Facebook page, the Instagram, the Home Loan Coach and Friends, where you can hear it from yourself and see these testimonies. This is what we do. It matters who you work with. And you just heard Chris Brown say it. Get in the game. Get in the game and start creating that wealth. Again, if you want to get that consultation, you want to take that first step, you can come out to Marlon's Closet at 910 West Owens. 910 West Owens. That's Saturday, November 12th. It's free. Lunch will be provided. And it's going to be from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. You'll have myself, the Home Loan Coach, there, my wife, Tamisha Haskins, and Chris Brown here, there to help you get in the game and start creating that generational wealth. Chris, anything else you want to tell the people this morning?
I also want to say, we're talking about getting in the game. And another thing that I preach to my clients about, once they're looking to get into real estate, the whole point of real estate is to buy and then wait, not wait and then buy. If you're doing it the opposite way, you're doing the game wrong. So you want to get in the game, but you want to play the game right. Right.
That's good information. He said the game plan is, the game plan is to buy and then wait, not wait and then buy. Because what I hear Chris saying is, if you wait and then buy, then you're losing valuable equity that you gain while you're waiting. If you just purchase and then wait, you gain equity, and it may not be your dream home. So if you buy a townhome, a condo, you say, well, I don't want a townhome, I don't want a condo. Well, if you live in an apartment right now, what difference does it make? At least you own it, you're gaining equity. And you say, well, what about the rates? Well, rates are 6-7%. Okay. I want you guys to answer this question for me. What is the rate on rent? It is 100%. So 6-7% is not bad when you're paying 100%. You're paying a mortgage. You're paying somebody else's mortgage. Why not pay your own and gain that equity and have an asset that you can leave to your family, whoever you want to leave it to. And not only that, families tap into their equity to send kids to college. That can be a game changer. College educated people are known to make more money. It could be money that you tap into to really hone a skill. Chris talks about sports, and I have children, and I spent thousands of dollars in training, for athletics. What if you don't have that money? What if you can tap into equity and pull out money to get specialized training, and your child reaches a professional level? What would that do for you? How does that change the game for your family to be a professional basketball player, tennis player, NFL, NBA? There's just countless ways that you can create generational wealth through real estate. So I want to encourage you again. If you need more information on how to get approved for a home loan, that is your first step in the home buying process. You need to know what you qualify for. For more information, I can be contacted at 702-670-0518. That's 702-670-0518. Chris, you want to let people know how they can contact you?
I can be reached on social media at cb.lasvegas, on Instagram as well as TikTok. That's cb.lasvegas.
Yeah, and I like to bring great information to the listeners every week. I hope you enjoyed what Chris Brown had to say. There's many realtors out there in the Las Vegas Valley, and you need to connect with someone that you feel comfortable working with. Chris Brown spends a lot of time in the community. He said spends a lot of time learning the communities. I think that's valuable, a valuable asset to have in your realtor, because they're familiar with restaurants, certain communities. If you want a park-like atmosphere, Las Vegas has several different areas around the community, and I myself, when I moved here, the realtor guides you to, where you want to go, because you don't know. You don't know. It's happened to me throughout the many years that I bought homes. I realized that wherever I bought, the realtor said, hey, this is a great area, and took me over here. What about being exposed to multiple different areas and someone that spends the time in the community? I just think that's a great asset. We can't skip over the fact that his social media presence as well. That can be valuable for if you're trying to list a house, not only with the multiple listing service, but social media, as you know, touches the masses. So you get a larger presence if you're trying to sell your home. Also, his network through Simply Vegas to be able to connect you with realtors across the country. If you have a need for that, you may have a child going to college and, you want to buy a home instead of, paying for the dorm. There's multiple reasons why you want to have a strong network. And that's why I bring this to you weekly. The home loan coach, myself, can guide you through that home buying process, and realtors that can help you as well. So our time is about up. I want to give Chris, if you have anything else you want to share with the people, why you're a great fit for them. I'd like to give you that time, and also again give your, contact information. Someone may be just tuning in. We don't want them to miss out on your contact information.
Yeah, most definitely. I would love to help anybody who has interest in buying or selling in Las Vegas, because when you're thinking about that process, we're talking about one of the most expensive things that you're going to buy in your entire life. So you want somebody that's going to listen to you and really guide you, because as a realtor, my job is to guide you to the finish line and make sure that each box is checked, every I is dotted, every T is crossed. Because when I come as your agent, I represent you. I work for you. So I'm going to do everything that I can to make sure that you have all the tools and the information that you need, and you have an agent who you can literally trust with everything. I want to be able to help everyone. And if you aren't tuning into this today, maybe you can come see and ask questions at the Home Buyers Workshop in November, because that's another opportunity where you can meet me in person and ask these questions that you've already been asking yourself. The question that you want to ask is the same question that someone else wants to ask. So it's never going to be a dumb question, because again, we're talking about hundreds of thousands of dollars on an investment. We want to make sure that you have somebody who can get the information for you or already has it.
Great. I want to thank everyone for tuning in to the Home Loan Coach and Friends. Again, you can hear us every Sunday morning at 7 a.m. I want to give a shout out to the sponsor of the show, Legacy Home Loans, located right here in Las Vegas, Nevada. And again, I can't stress this enough. Please take advantage of the free Home Buyers Workshop, November 12th, Saturday, November 12th from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Lunch will be provided. You can get a free credit check. We're also going to have raffles and games and giveaways. Come out and enjoy yourself, and also get educated on the home buying process, and you can get in this game of creating generational wealth. I want to thank you again, Chris. Thank you for your partnership, and we'll see you again next week.
Thank you so much.